The following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Okay, folks, so this is the S&P 500. This is short-term Chester reporting from the short-term trading desk. And as you can see, we had the 382 here this morning. We had the ABCD down, and then we just had a 382 retracement here. You see the market is weakening. Yeah, it's even coming down faster than it did here. So we get below here, this is going to be pretty serious because that means that Nasdaq would be, oh my goodness, it's almost taking it out already. Nasdaq would be taking out this, and then there's real trouble if that happens. I don't know if it's going to or not, but we'll find out. I'm going to put this beeper in so that I see when it comes up, because I have some orders setting in there that I would like to see if they're going to be filled or not. All right, let's move over here and keep an eye. I'm doing several things at once, folks, so please bear with me. We're having a big correction now in the grain markets, which we were expecting. We talked about that yesterday. Let's just get this up here. We'll start out with the soybeans. Just put the soybeans up here for just a second, and you'll see here that we did start out. Here was the early morning. You can see we had the higher high yesterday. Today, look at this, folks. If you like 382, let's just show you how nice that 382 can do for you sometimes. There's your AB leg, CD leg, and there you were right there, and boom, down it came. And look what it's doing now. It just made another 382 retracement just now, it looks like. Not quite. It should get up to that level, but it's helpful, folks, when you watch these things. You're preparing for them. It makes it a little bit easier, but boy, you can't get them all. There's no question about it. I mean, you just do the best you can and not worried about the rest of it. That's pretty much the bottom line. Okay, let's move on here to something that we did miss, though. We were talking about it, but we just didn't get filled. That is over here. It's in the Treasury bond market. Let's get the hourly chart up. I'll show you what we were watching here. We were trying, let's move it over just a little bit more right in there. Here's what I wanted to see. We wanted to get it down here to this level right here, and we did. Now, we've had a pretty good rally today. You can see there's a little flight to quality going on. You can see here was a 382 from yesterday. We're going to draw that in, so you remember to watch these when you're in real strong trending markets. There was your 382. Then when it came down, it should have come down lower. That's what I was expecting, but hasn't done that yet. All we've done so far is if we take our high from right back here, which is our last significant high, you'll see that all we've done so far is to go right up to the 382 so far. Now, that's a pretty big run here. We've gone well over a point in that in just an hour. That is usually a flight to quality. So let's keep our mind on what's going on here. I have to watch something here, folks, because I have something on that is quite important to the old cowboy. Let's get up here and talk about the euro. Okay, now I sent a special video out on this last night on the euro, and I got some nice comments. One person called and said, "Gee, that's a good video." And I said, "Well, that's like 100% return for me." Anyway, here's where we are. This is going back for quite a while. All right. All we were doing was taking the high that we had back here, and we were expecting the euro to go right up to this level right here. That's where it's trading at right now, folks. It's the same price. We had a little bit of a sell-off here, but that's the 382 of that move right back here. This is, you can see that is it, and there it is right now. And then we went down a little bit, and now we're back here again. If we can get this up a little bit more, that's going to trigger some buys. But we are sitting right at it right now, folks. That is the number. You'll be able to, I'll blow it up and you'll be able to see it. And there is a number right here. Actually, yeah, there it is right there, 2.437. So it is exactly 4 pips above it right now. We're making a new high on the day, and there was a little pull back here, but this is going to be quite important. Now, let's take a look at the wheat market, because we talked about wheat getting ready to have some type of a pretty good correction in here, and we are getting it today. There was our level. Let's get the daily up, boys and girls, so we can see. These are still good. These are good markets, folks. They're just having corrections. That's all. There's our wheat. The 382 was right here. As you can see here, we missed it by a penny yesterday. And then today, let's just see if there was a 382 with that early this morning. I don't think so. Well, that's more than a 382, but we'll see what we have going on here as we watch this unfold. Now, there's no 382 in here at all. Maybe that is. I don't know. I got too many things happening today, folks. I apologize for all of them, and I can't follow everything. And trying to send these videos out to get you prepared for what's go. Now we're moving higher in the euro. That's a sign that we're getting ready to go higher. That means the dollar's weakening a little bit. So let's look at the dollar index. And we'll move over here to take a quick look at that DX, move that over here. And it's getting hit pretty hard this morning. You can see there was the, whoa, get this out of the way. Move it over here. Let's do the daily on this so we can see it together because that's what we were looking at. There was our target right up in here, 9995. The high ended up to be par 22. Now it's backing off a little bit from this level right here. So that's a sign that the dollar has, because it's reversed now, 3 days of trading here in just a short period of time. Strong idea that it could be a little bit more dollar strength. And we'll see, dollar weakness. Get that up here so we can draw it. Yeah, that's almost a 1.618. That's why we were expecting it. That's why I sent that video out, because that was a big move in the euro, folks. Look at this. This was virtually a move that didn't have any swing. I put this in early this morning, and watch for this, okay? Now, we only had one correction right here in the euro over the last, how many hours? I mean, 2.5 days, or at least 24 hours. Let's just check it. I can count. Hello, operator. Let's move that over. There it is, 24 hours. In one day, we only had one little correction right here. Now, if what I talk about is any good at all, let's just go down to an 8-minute chart and see if that happened to be Mr. You know what, 382. Well, it's not. I can tell you that right now, because there's your low right here. There's the pullback. And we miss it by how much? 7 pips. And now we're starting to move higher. There were no 382s here all the way. And there would have been your first one right here. Market backs off. These aren't big moves, folks, $500-600, but it gives you an idea that the patterns that we look at and these things that we're trying to hit pretty good sometimes. And that's the real, the beauty of it is when they hit, they're doggone awesome. And when they don't, you go on to something else. That's the bottom line. Okay, we had a question here about our soybean oil, because we should be getting real close to the old soybean oil. We might have hit it. No, we didn't. I got to get the daily up here. Watch this one, folks, because this has got some real potential here, long term, because it's got so much going on for it right here. You can see we had a little bit higher high today. It's selling off at this level down here, about another 2 cents. In oil, I'm watching that very closely. We just take this out for a little bit more, and then we'll have a really good chance to buy soybean oil. And we'll look at that on the weekly, and you're going to see here's where we are when we do the weekly. Clean that out a little bit, and this is the thing that got me learning how to trade back years ago. Yeah, there's where we want to get it right there, about 2 more cents down right there at around 48 cents, about 1.5 points lower. We have to watch that very closely. All this is, folks.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
The reality is that navigating financial markets can be risky. Markets can be chaotic and difficult to understand. Having the latest market advice can help you turn this chaos into a key for creating winning trades. At TFNN, we understand that it can be hard to find reliable market news. That's why each of our market experts offers their very own market newsletter, a must-have tool for every trader out there striving to find an edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets so you can analyze the market before you trade. Try any of our great newsletters risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee. Just visit the Newsletters tab on the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Hey folks, we're going to look at the gold market today. There was our low that we had on the 4th. And as you can see, after the market's made its low, the first pullback right here was exactly 382. I pointed that out in the video this morning because I walked through it to show you what to look for, because there's your, well, actually it was, excuse me, it was 50%. This one was the 382. I'm going to see we made a higher high, so we have to change that. This is what I wanted to show you from the high. You'll see then we came exactly to the 382 and kept hitting it and hitting it. That gave us our price objective of right here. There's your A, B, C, D move coming in right here. Here was the key point. You see how the first time we had the big move down and took out that, then you had the small rally? That told you were getting ready to go. Now we've had a pretty big break to the downside. This is an hourly chart, so just for kicks and giggles, we're going to come up here. We might even have a trade set up just about now, because there's what I was trying to show you folks in the video last night. This is where we were going. Now we came down to here, and as you can see, if we look at it real close, and we're going to clean it up just a little bit, and we'll take a look. There's our high, and guess where we are just now? The old, guess what that one is? That's the old 382 right there. So, and it's had a pretty big rally here, about 20 bucks, but there's the 382 in the thing. What I was focusing on was to try to show you how important the 382 is when you start the move up in the morning, because when you do that, it's telling you you'd have a really strong bias. You see, it only misses it by $1. And what does that do? It gives you what your objective is going to be to the upside, because you have to, because of the strength that is coming out of point C, you have to change this to 1.27, and that'll get you to where you want to be. We'll be covering this next Friday when we do our live trading. There's your move up in here. And so these are some of the things that I teach in my daily twice a month thing. And plus I do the videos each day to try to give, heck, I'm wrong a lot, but once in a while I'm right. And that's the thing that's really important. This morning, the easy one from my opinion was this one. This was the Russell 2000. We talked about that before. This is an hourly chart. Remember, folks, just stop and think. This was, remember the October 5th, 25th? Remember that big move? I said, look what happened to the Russell. It's down 100 points, folks. The rally today, 382 off of the high, right there, 257, 2477. It's down 30 handles. It looks like it's getting ready to break to go down some more. You can see all the swings on the downside. That's really what I'm looking at, is what I'm trying to do that. We'll have Jeff Huge on coming up here to the break, and then we'll see what we have going on right now. So hold on just a second. This market is trying to hold up, and it looks like it might. So we'll see. This is the Nasdaq I'm watching, because if we break below this level right here, it's going to get a teeny bit nasty, would be my guess. So what I'm doing is I'm watching limits here, because if we get below here, I want to see how the market wants to act. But this morning, you can see in the Nasdaq, we missed the first 382 here. The S&P did make it. I pointed that out just a little while ago. I'll get that up here so you can see it again here. There was the 382. It did make it in the S&P. It made 0.41, so it's right at 382. Then we had the break, and then we had another one right here, and here's where we are now. So, you know, it's getting pretty rocky out there, because people are starting to realize that they've been in stocks for 2 weeks, and with all this wonderful bullish news, it's not going up. That's not a good sign, folks. All we have to get this thing to really melt down is one piece of bad news. I mean, bad news. Not like poor earnings or something like that, or, you know, it could be something, you know, I don't know what it could be. It doesn't need much help. But anyway, if it hits that, then you're going to see the market start to melt down. The reason why is prices go down faster than they go up. And if you look at this, where we've been, we're way up here. You see that, folks? See that thing I was talking about the other day? Let me refresh this, and I'll show you where we mean here, because you see how this didn't quite make the island reversal? You see that? That didn't quite do it. So what we need to do is we need to look at the cash S&P, because that's the one that gives you the rough idea of where you want to be, because that's real money. This is not funny money like we play with at the Merc. This is real cash money, you know, the kind you can go out and eat food with and stuff. Let's get this up on the hourly, and then what I'm going to do is to switch it over to the 4 hours, so we can see that action that we just had, and you can see it's starting to fold down here. Now there's the action in the cash index itself. Okay, let me get rid of some of these things in here so we can see what I'm trying to show you here. You see, this was the island reversal that I wanted right here, but you see it did gap down, then it came back yesterday, okay, and made a retracement. Look at the retracement, folks, right on the money of the 618. Look at that. Oh, excuse me, 50%. Now we're coming down. What does that do? That tells us that the first target on this puppy, and here's where we are now, is a long way down. So that means we've got to move down to here and then up to here. That'll take us down to 664, which is quite a bit lower than what we're looking at as we're watching these things here unfold. I hope that helps on how I look at things. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, we got a question about a couple of charts. First of all, we'll get our usual up here, which is NVIDIA, and we'll see this market this stock could go up regardless of the market, folks. I mean, just because it's selling off, well, today it's selling off, but well, it's come off quite a bit from 215. There's where we are. Well, it's come off quite a bit from 215 down to 188. Well, there's a lot of action up in here. How do you like to be buying it up in here and then look at it today? That doesn't look too good. All right, let's take a look at Tesla. I saw it was down just a little bit ago, but who knows with that, it change in a heartbeat. So here's Tesla on the hourly, and it's getting hit a bit. Not bad. This is just a normal correction in Tesla, folks. In fact, if you like ABCD, you'd be looking to buy it down here. Whoops, that's the wrong number. Let's get that up here, and then we'll shut the front door and raise her in. Okay, there's where we are right there. There's your low of the day. Look at that, almost exactly to the exact low of the day, folks. That was the ABCD, and it's actually it's up a little bit. It's still down on the day, but it's up from the bottom. So that did make a move, and it had prices going up, and it also stopped right at a 61% retracement of the move there. Well, actually 707 comes in pretty close to 618. Okay, the next one we've been asked to talk about is Planeteer. Hold on. That's in the news because, this Mr. Burry, Michael Burry, and Mr. Short, he is very bearish on Planeteer, and also the the Tesla, not Tesla, but Nvidia. But folks, let me explain something to you. Okay, you're going to find this hard to believe. Oh, come on, man! What happened to my charts? Don't do this to me, please. Uh-oh, something's wrong. I'm not getting charts. There it is, Planeteer. Oh, see, it's getting bad. Let me tell you right here. Okay, here it is, Planeteer. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, now there's Planeteer. Now he told us 3 days ago, folks, that he had shorted it. What happened after on that day? Look, boom. You think that didn't help? Hello, operator. You know, he took advantage of something that does. Look at the ABCD in Planeteer, folks. It measured at 206. The high was 207. Let's do one other thing, just for kicks and giggles. From the high to the low, the low to the high, market was up for 16 trading days. So we're going to move that over here, put that in right there. Look at that, 16 trading days up. Move that back again, 16 trading days up. Let's stay tuned for Jeff Huge, folks. He's got some great stuff, so we'll be right back.
If you spend any time online researching trading techniques on how to begin your trading journey, you've no doubt come across many folks who push Forex trading as a way to make big money quickly. Unfortunately, there are equally as many stories of these so-called Forex professionals just looking to make a quick buck off aspiring traders without actually teaching the ins and outs of the Forex market. This is what sets Teddy Keckstack's The Tiger Forex Report off the riffraff. Every Monday, former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member and author Teddy Keckstack releases his Tiger Forex Report newsletter, where he dives into the complex world of Forex and takes time to actually teach you his methods that have made him so successful in the fast-paced and rewarding world of Forex trading. Furthermore, all subscribers receive access to archived live streams of Teddy's, where he provides university-level education to help you in Forex trading. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Forex awaits.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pros pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Are you ready to take charge of your financial future? TFNN is your gateway to the world of trading and investing. Whether you're starting out or scaling up, TFNN empowers traders and investors of all skill levels with top-notch investing systems, strategies, and techniques. It's time to protect and grow your money with insight you can trust. Join us live Monday through Friday during market hours for exclusive content that moves with the markets. At TFNN, we bring the trading floor to you. Our seasoned hosts are here to answer your calls and questions live on the air. Check out the Tiger's Den for just $1 and follow us on YouTube and become part of our vibrant community. And remember, at TFNN, we're so confident in the value we provide that we offer a 30-day money-back guarantee on all new premium newsletter subscriptions and services. You have absolutely nothing to risk, so why wait? Tune in live to Tiger TV and transform your trading journey, because when you know better, you invest better. Join us and experience the difference today. TFNN, educating investors. This portion of Trade What You See is brought to you by Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the direction. Visit Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
This is the Jeff is busy right now, but as soon as he gets back, we'll have. You can imagine with all the stuff that's going on. We've just made a potential ABCD here coming here in the Nasdaq. You remember this was the exact 618 on the long-term chart, and we are starting to hold that level right here. We pulled back one more time, and then it's had a pretty good run. That one cost me some money, folks, because I was getting ready to do the show, and I said, should I cover it? No, I didn't. I said to wait and see. So basically, I'm out, and we should get up to this level right here. Let's just do it together, because the high that we made right back here, you'll just draw it in right here. That takes you in here all the way up to 54.34. So if it gets there, that's another ABCD that comes in. And if you like ABCDs in a down move, that would be the 382 in the dollar index, because I don't believe this low that we've had today is going to hold, but that didn't draw that in correctly. Hold on just a second. We'll get this up and take a quick look at it right there. There it is, from that level to that level. There's where you are right there. So that's probably where we're going to go. So that's my guess at 54.34, up another 100 points. And I have to do something right now to keep myself sane and everything. So bear with me 1 second. I've got to come up here, and I've got a position that I'm going to be covering right here, and I'll cover it right at the market. And there it's, boom. Okay. I covered it. I was in the short, and I down it. Well, doesn't make any difference. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to wait and sell it up here 254.34. Now, if it doesn't get there, I'm going to look pretty silly. But it's been a good day so far, and we want to see what's been going on. As we did this today, early this morning, we sent this out to show you that I think it was an 8-minute. There it is, right there. This pattern right here is what we were looking at this morning, because there was yesterday's action. There was early morning action right here today. And all we were doing was saying that is going to be a Gartley pattern right up in here, right at the open. So watch for it right on the open. And you can see here that it had a move here to the downside. Let me see if maybe we got Mr. Jeff is in the line now. Mr. Jeff is in the line. How are you, my friend? Let me get your charts up and we'll be ready to go here.
Yeah.
Where are they? Oh, dear. I got it. There's the chart deck. How are you, buddy?
I am well, very well. Just getting ready for the snow to fly here in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's almost summertime again, isn't it? Okay. What'd you like to talk to us about? Bull market of 2025, silver still the leader.
Yeah, silver's still leading, Larry, and gold's not far behind. Foreign stocks continue to beat U.S. stocks by a pretty wide margin. Growth is beating value by a pretty wide margin. But here's the funny thing. The average stock is only up about 8.6%. That's below average. And the median stock's only up about 2% for the year. That's below T-bills. So, I think if we're really thinking about what's going on in the stock market, there's a handful of stocks, like the top 5% of issues in the S&P 500 by market cap. Those are leading. Everything else is just doing nothing.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to the next one here. We've had some volatility that just knocks the socks off of some people. I love this chart here. It shows go ahead, talk about this, about how people holding cash and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's institutions, it's money managers, it's high net worth investors, it's retail traders. Everybody has the lowest level of cash on hand that they've had all year, or in some cases, it's record lows. But the funny thing is, not only are they short cash, but they're long margin debt. In other words, we're as levered up as the system's ever been leveraged. And if you add leveraged ETFs, it's another 165 billion as of last Friday. If you add options leverage, it's an infinite amount. And so, we're in the trillions of leverage in the market, in the stock market, and literally nobody has any cash on hand. So if we do get a margin call, it's going to be an absolute, death spiral, in my opinion.
Okay, let's get up here to the. Trying to turn my position thing off because I heard the beepers go off. I got a couple of things that I'm watching. Valuations are off the charts too, as it goes back to 29. I think even higher than that, isn't it?
Yeah, and I just saw a great chart that Apollo put out that shows if you put the Shiller Cape ratio on the vertical axis and the total market cap to GDP on the horizontal axis, you're basically out in Pluto territory compared to everything else in history. And so, here we've got everything's at a new record extreme as of the month close of October. 5.7 on the price to book, 5.46 on the price to sales. Those are absolute new all-time record extremes. Dividend yield got down to 1.14%. Shiller's CAPE ratio, which is the cyclically adjusted PE, that is just shy of its all-time record high. It's in the 99.9 percentile. And total market cap to GDP hit 225%. That was a new record extreme. So, there's just no historical precedent for paying the prices that we're paying. It's like you're at the poker table, and if you don't know who the mark is at the poker table, it's probably you.
I understand that. I'm trying to turn off I have the limit minders on, so when prices hit a certain price, I know whether I'm filled getting in or out, and so I was just doing that today. So here we're going to the next chart. By the way, folks, I've been doing this for 62 years. If I had to rank these one of the best I've ever seen, it would be you. Back in the old days, I used to follow Joe Granville. I got to know him later in life, and he was a nice fellow and everything, just like you are. But he ran the markets back in those days, before your time. But boy, if he said something, the market moved 4 or 5% just on what he said. So anyway, go look at the market extremely bifurcated. Boy, that's the understatement of the year, isn't it?
Yes. Here's the thing: the 10 largest stocks are 39% of the market cap of the S&P 500. They're about 50% of the Nasdaq 100. And if you take a look at this chart, you can see that the ratio of the equal weight S&P 500 to the cap weight S&P 500, and the same with the Nasdaq, equal weight Nasdaq versus the cap weight Nasdaq, they're hitting new all-time record lows. And so, the point here is that if you're not in the very biggest market cap stocks, you're not getting anything out of this stock market. It is absolutely bifurcated.
It certainly is. And the breath is getting weaker and weaker, as we see all the time.
Yeah, we mark basically 3 legs to this bull market. If it started at the end of during the COVID crash, that's where you're marking the beginning. The initial leg up had this really strong bull market breadth. Everything was participating. I mean, everything was above the 200-day moving average, 80 to 90%. Then you had a big bear market after the top in 2022. And coming off of that late 2022 low, you5finally saw the market kick up, and once AI kind of hit the mainstream, breadth started to expand a bit, and it got up into the 70 to 80% range. Since the lows,
Jeff, we got to take a break. So come back and hold that thought, and we'll be right back. Okay, Jeff Hughes, stay tuned, folks.
Many trading newsletters attempt to focus on a narrow set of equities or commodities. While this works for some, it oftentimes misses many opportunities that possess huge gain potential. But how is an independent trader supposed to scan the entire market looking for these hidden opportunities? One simple answer: the opening call newsletter. Basil Chapman, developer of the Chapman Wave trading methodology, has been trading the markets for longer than most trading influencers have been alive. And over that time, he has honed his methodology in order to accurately call movements in a wide range of equities, from semiconductors to uranium to key indices and so much more. Basil is old school, taking the time to educate the trader while also giving his insights into key indices, selective stocks, and more. Opening Call subscribers also receive access to dozens of educational live streams that can be accessed at any time for your edification. All first-time subscribers receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. So ignore the pop trading influencers and start learning time-tested technical analysis.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
For traders who crave risk, Direxion's daily leveraged and inverse ETFs provide opportunities to magnify short-term perspectives with up to 3 times a daily leverage, utilize bull and bear funds from both sides of the trade, and trade through rapidly changing markets. These are highly leveraged ETFs with daily resetting designed for short-term trading, not long-term investing. Whether you're a bull or a bear, you choose the Direxion. For up-to-date pricing and performance, go to Direxion.com. Investing in the funds involves significant risk and should only be utilized by investors who understand the impact of leverage and actively monitor their portfolio. They are not designed to track the underlying index or security for more than a day. Before investing, carefully consider a fund's investment objective, risk, charges, and expenses contained in the prospectus available at Direxion.com. Read carefully. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Back talking with Jeff Huge of Alpha Insights, and we're looking at the Elliott Wave. Boy, this has got a long way to go down if it goes, doesn't it?
It sure does, Larry. And let me tell you why I think it's going to go. And the prior chart we were looking at showed, how weak the market's breadth had been off of that April tariff tantrum low. And we only got above 70% of the issues above their 200-day moving average for one single day. We're now down to about 50%. It was 56% on Friday of last week. I mean, it is diverging dramatically from price. And if you take a look at what's going on in the Dow Jones today, I mean, we hit the top end of that upper boundary of this rising wedge pattern, which is a bearish pattern, as you know. And
Yes.
you think breakdown here, if we get back below those September lows, it will confirm that we are now in a new bear market. And I think we could go all the way back down to the 61.8% retracement of the entire bull market off the 2009 low. That's a decade-long plus bull market that will be correcting, and that could take us down over 50% easily.
Wow. Well, with margin out there that they have, it could easily do it at 1.2 trillion. I never thought I'd see that. In the dot-com bubble, margin was only 300 billion. Now it's 4 times that, Jeff. My God, that they're using leverage like never before.
I know. Short term, I mean, we're really looking at a couple of key levels. I think below 46,350 on the Dow would be a real confirmation that the breakdown is in progress. That would get us down an immediate move down to around 43,772, which is the 200-day moving average. That would probably act as some semblance of support, but we think it would be very short-term support. We would not be surprised to see the Dow trading down toward its April 7th lows again by, say, this time in January. So looking out 2 months, we think we could see that sort of a decline. And it could be even faster. I think once this thing gets going, it's going to unwind very, very quickly.
Okay, let's go on to the next one here. And this is the trade of this year. Trade of this thing's breaking out to the upside. What is this? Oh, this is the emerging market dudes. Yeah, I watch that once in a while.
Okay, you're so bearish on the U.S. markets. What am I supposed to do with my money? Well, this is the exact opposite of what we're seeing in the U.S. We're seeing the beginnings of a new bull market emerging in emerging market stocks. This is a quarterly chart that goes back 25 years. And you're looking at over the last 16 years, we've put in this beautiful saucer base. And we just broke out above the quarterly closing high. Now, I think if we can close above $55 this month, this quarter, which is, there's some time here, right? But that would confirm that this breakout is in process. And where can it go? I think we could see a 50% advance in emerging market stocks. In other words, I think emerging market stocks could go to 90 on the EEM ETF.
Wow.
And so that's the easiest way to play it. You could see the lower panel shows the structural momentum has just triggered a long-term structural buy signal, which in my view suggests that we are in the very, very early innings of what should be a secular bull market in emerging market stocks.
Okay, the next one is the perfect portfolio, and you've been doing pretty good, my friend. So tell the folks what this is.
This is our tactical asset allocation model portfolio that we detail in our monthly newsletter, Huge Insights to Big Picture. It is up 26.8% through the end of October. That beat the S&P, which is up 17.5%, by about 9.3 percentage points. So we've produced positive absolute returns in every single month this year, and are beating the S&P by 330 or 930 basis points. So it's been a pretty good run year to date, and this builds on past performance that has been like this as well. We've been steadily beating the S&P 500 with this tactical asset allocation strategy. I think it's a great way for investors who are looking for something a little bit more certain to capitalize on what's going on in the capital markets without the volatility of the stock market per se.
Okay, now we're going to take a look at the next one here, which is your monthly newsletter, the best deal you can get in town, folks. Tell the folks about it, Jeff.
Yeah, well, first of all, I'll tell TFNN viewers today only, or in the next say 24 hours. If you don't see it today, if you see it tomorrow, that's fine too. But we'll give you half price on our annual rate. Normally $200, we'll do it for $100 for the next year. You can just go to my website, www.jwhinvestment.com, send me an email, tell me that you want the half price deal because you're a TFNN viewer, and we'll send you a coupon link, and that'll be good for the next 24 hours after you get it, and you can just sign up for half price. But our newsletter comes out the first Saturday of every month. It's a macro newsletter. We call it the big picture. We take a look at some really big picture issues and macro drivers of the market. And then we get into the real deep dives in our analysis of stocks, bonds, cryptocurrencies, commodities, regular, diverse currencies, and how we're positioning, and basically the details of our perfect portfolio strategy, as well as some great trading ideas as well. And paid subscribers to this newsletter also get a weekly publication called Alpha Insights, Weekly Idea Generator Lab, and that basically gives you our top actionable trade idea of the week, usually an ETF, similar to the emerging markets ETF idea that I just presented. That's what went out yesterday. We deliver that out every Wednesday afternoon. So for those who are looking for a little bit more action than just a model portfolio per se, we give trading ideas with great entry and exit details, vivid data visualization techniques and charts to look at. It's a very detailed institutional report, usually goes out to our institutional subscribers only via a different service that we offer called Alpha Insights, but our newsletter subscribers get that as a perk. And so we encourage those who are looking for great trading ideas to give that a look as well. Our performance has been outstanding on that, and we don't expect that to change anytime soon.
And for the cost of taking your main squeeze out to dinner is $100. You can't beat that for a whole year, my friend. That's really a good deal, Jeff. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Hey, you're welcome.
Hey,
Larry.
listen, thanks for joining us, my friend, and may God bless. And I hope you see another day of summer before your winter starts. Has it already got any snow yet?
We're supposed to get snow tomorrow, so.
Oh, shut the front door and raise the rent as I look out here over the ocean and it's 80 degrees. Hey, buddy, thanks for joining us. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you in a week or so, okay?
Sounds great. Take care now. Bye-bye.
You bet, folks. Thank you very much, folks. We'll be right back here. We've got a break coming up here. I don't know how much time I got. Oh, it looks like I got 53 seconds. That's 2 lifetimes for Al. So let's get up here and see where we are. This is the Nasdaq that we're looking. You see, it hasn't quite made that pattern as of yet. Remember, this is really important. We don't close below there, because if we do, that is a really big day because that's that 61% from a long time ago. So that's pretty much it. We came down and tried when we started the show, and we've had this. We still got this outstanding that we might get there, and I'm watching it very closely. I do that with the S&P too to see what it is doing. Let's just take a look at the S&P to see if it's following the same pattern. Well, that's the daily. Let's get down to a pattern that we can see here. And there it is right there. It's almost made the ABCD. You see how this one has made it, and the Nasdaq is not. That is, and it's strange in itself. Let's just see. There's your ABCD buy.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
In the world of trading, only a few names stand out like Larry Pesavento, a pro's pro with over 50 years of experience. Larry has seen it all. A former Chicago Mercantile Exchange member, Larry has authored 10 books and trained over 1,000 traders with his unmatched expertise. Introducing Fibonacci 24/7, Larry Pesavento's daily trading service that turns the complexity of markets into opportunities. Published every Sunday, receive a comprehensive report packed with detailed commentary, charts, and videos that illuminate the patterns shaping the markets, with updates throughout the week exclusively for subscribers. Whether through charts or videos, Larry's analysis is your roadmap to navigating the markets. You can sign up now at TFNN.com for just $97. And with all TFNN newsletters backed by a 30-day money-back guarantee, you have nothing to risk. For all the details, visit TFNN.com. You'll find Fibonacci 24/7 right under the newsletters tab.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den, hosted at Discord. TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Okay, folks, we started the show. I said this was a 382 on the gold there at 39.94. We're at 39.96 right now. Your stop has got to be above the 50% level, folks. You can't risk more than $5 on that. Okay, so your stop would be at right at 39.99. So you don't want to risk any more than that. It's above it. You know, if you back off, you might still be able to scratch it if you want to. But frankly, you got enough time in the day they could still work. Because sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. That's the bottom line of, you know, what we're watching as we see these things unfolding each day. Okay, so let's keep that in mind as we're watching some of these working here this morning. So next thing we want to do is we'll keep an eye on this Nasdaq because it needs to get to there to make that 382. Now the S&P has made it, but the Nasdaq hasn't yet. But we could still get there without too much trouble. Somebody else asked about Apple, and I'll bring that chart up for us so we can see that. We got a little time left for Apple, and then we'll see what's going on. But the It's been pretty bullish there. I don't know what it's doing today. If it's up today, it is up today. Shut the front door and raise your head. Look at Apple. Still up on the day. 271, acting very bullish compared to the rest of the market. There was the high we made up here, which was at 277. We're at 271 now. Doesn't look anything bearish about this. You can see all the gaps and everything. So it's holding up there pretty good. Like I say, it's a market of stocks, not a stock market. So let's keep in mind what we're watching here, okay? Let's hopefully that's what we'll see as we go through this today. All right, now tomorrow we're going to have, as our guest on Friday, will be Mike Moore of Moore Analytics, and we'll be going over the crude oil because we're in a major spot here to be looking to be long the crude oil. I'll get it up here in just a second so we can all see it. I sent it out early this morning, and we'll see where we are. Get that hourly chart up, and you'll see we're coming down into that level here pretty shortly. So there it is. Right now, we're getting down to this level right here. This is what we want to be watching. This is the ABCD that had a nice run here, coming in right there. There it is, right there. That's a Gartley. Can't ask for anything better than that. You're going to have 3 or 4 different patterns down here at 58.44, about a buck lower. So watch it because it's going to be a really interesting pattern to look at. Because you can see you like ABCD, and we do. There's one coming in right there just about now, a little bit. Well, it's already hit that one, but I think